victory. Swing with me. Victory.
Welcome back to Go See a Show. I'm Ellie Levin. I'm new to the team. This seems like so much fun, and I am so excited to be back for another in-person production of Vmedia Arts. We continue to celebrate the 91st season of the award-winning Palo Alto Players here at the Lucy Stern Theater. And tonight, PAP presents the Peninsula premiere of Allegiance.
Still give you a second chance.
This powerful Broadway musical, inspired by the true life experiences of actor and icon George Takei, tells the story of a family's extraordinary journey during the Japanese internment camps of World War II. The company has assembled an all-star cast of 20 local Bay Area artists. Allegiance is directed by Vinh G and choreographed by Nicole Tung, and music direction by Benjamin Bellew. The show has ended. Let's talk to some of the cast.
Unfortunately, not a lot of people know about it, so it's not just a piece for entertainment, but it's for us to learn from.
This show is actually 2 years in the making. It was the last show that Palo Alto Players cast before he had to shut down for the pandemic. But I actually, I believe in serendipitous moments, and I believe this is exactly the right time for this story to be told.
Well, my grandmother and my grandparents were very into the camp, so I have a heart for my grandmother.
Nguyen is a great director. I've worked with him a couple times before, and so it's really nice to work with him in person. We've done a few virtual shows together, so it's super nice to work with him in person in a full-fledged, full musical. He's super... I think he leads with care and love, and that really shows in the show, and he really understands how important the story is for Asian American.
I was telling the cast earlier, this is technically my directorial debut in regional community theater. I've done a lot of other shows, but this is my big first one out of the bag, and couldn't be more grateful to do it with this particular cast and telling this particular story.
And the fact that we're able to tell this story in a way that's authentic and respects our Asian Pacific Islander community, and specifically the Japanese American community, it's such an amazing, unique show, and I really encourage everyone to see it.
Because a lot of us, Brandon here, his family actually experienced what happened also during the story, so it was really important for us to learn from one another and support one another through the process, especially during this time.
From the first rehearsal up until opening night, and even with some of the previews, it was such a positive run. Vin, our director, is such a positive leader, along with Nicole Tung and our music director Ben. It's great leadership, and the cast is very supporting.
It's actually the first Broadway musical that's written entirely by an Asian American creative team, believe it or not, and we have an almost full Asian American cast in our production.
I think my lovely wife said it all. I don't know what else to add except that we are very aware of the fact that there are going to be young Asian kids in this audience and people who may not have seen themselves on a stage like that. I know growing up, we never saw ourselves in lead roles. So to see lead roles played by Asian American actors is something really special.
People should come to see Allegiance because it's a beautiful show about family and forgiveness and about a dark part of history that doesn't really get talked about a lot.
With the spike of the hate crimes and all that, it's just so relevant to bring awareness, but also proper representation to the Asian American theater community here in the Bay Area.
We tried to make sure that all the different pieces that were part of the show, whether it was the set design, costumes, even the fans that the women were holding in the opening scene, making sure that they were more Japanese, not Chinese. And because I think some of that can get lost if somebody's not paying attention.
A wonderful cast. The chemistry is fantastic. It's like a family. There's so much kindness, generosity, respect that we have for each other. So the entire process was such a joy to work with everybody.
Allegiance closes on May 8th here at the Lucy Stern Theater in Palo Alto, and you can stream a performance from May 5th to the 8th.
And at least at the end of the show, there's some reconciliation at the end, much as there is at I don't want to be morbid, but at the end of someone's life, there is that reconciliation that, we may have had our differences, but I know you were doing the best you could for me. And so I think that transcends being Japanese American, that transcends being Asian American. I think that's part of the whole story.
This show really moved me. These families showed such great endurance through such tough times. It really reminded me of the strength of family and love. And just remember, hold your head up high, come on. It was so much fun hosting Go See a Show this week, and Ethan and Jun will be back soon. I will see you in the crowd. And just remember, go see a show.